Since 1996, Make-A-Wish of Southern Nevada has been creating life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses because they believe every child deserves a childhood. And this mission is very close to Findlay Auto. They have supported it. Tyler Corder is the CFO of Findlay Automotive Group. He is here to highlight the outstanding nonprofit Make-A-Wish of Southern Nevada. Their CEO, Scott Rosenzweig, joins us as well. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi.
Good to see you.
This is wonderful. It's just such a wonderful mission to get behind. Clearly, Findlay has backed this up.
Yeah, so we've granted quite a few wishes over the years, and it's one of the funnest things that we do is when you can be there and see these kids get their wish granted. And we've done some where it's really young kids, and we've done some that are older where we've actually done car makeovers for a few of the older kids that are going through some medical issues. But it's a cause we love to support because giving these kids hope, and it actually improves their medical outcomes when they're looking forward to a wish and get their wish granted. So it's all good. That's why I wanted to bring Scott on, talk a little bit about what Make-A-Wish does here in Southern Nevada.
I love it. Well, Scott, most people know of Make-A-Wish. We see the headlines when those gifts are granted, but in fact, there's a process before that, and there's quite a few wishes that would like to be granted in the Valley right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So we like to say doctors write the prescription for medication, we write it for hope. And we can't do that without a community partner like Tyler and all of Findlay, and that's what we really try and do. So kids are 2.5 to 18 years old when they get referred to us, and they have to have a life-threatening illness. If you take nothing else away, just know that most of our kids are not terminal anymore. So many people think it's a dying wish, and it simply isn't. So many of our kids go on to lead extraordinary lives. One of them right now is the director of retail at Resorts World with 2 kids of his own. So that's what Make-A-Wish does. But he still remembers his trip when he was 10 years old and got to go to Disney World. So that's what Make-A-Wish does. It creates that moment in time for them outside of their medical journey to see who they can be or will be, and to be able to look back on it so many years later and then take their own kids.
It must be incredible to be a part of this organization and to support it as well. And you have stories inside this beautiful book that you brought in celebrating your anniversary.
Yeah, so we just did our 25th anniversary here in Southern Nevada. So Findlay, of course, is very prominently displayed on a couple of pages, but you get to see 25 of some of our wishes that we've granted here. But we've really granted 2,500 wishes since 1996. So, and as of September this year, we've already granted 95, and so we're on our way to about 150 this year.
So I noticed a picture of a young lady in a small car in here. Were you involved in that?
Yes. Scott called me and said this young gal wanted a small car, and so I tasked our Honda Henderson store, Findlay Honda Henderson, to get involved, and Tommy and his team over there jumped in and took care of it. And it was awesome to see the young gal get her wish granted. That was a lot of fun.
It's so beautiful to turn each page of this book and you see each child is highlighted as an individual. And each one of their wishes is very unique and individual, isn't it?
Absolutely. So I like to say to everybody, one kiddo wants to go to Disney World to meet Elsa, the other one wants to be Elsa, somebody else wants to be a stormtrooper or get their lightsaber built. So every single wish is unique to that child.
Oh, wow. And this young man got to go with Las Vegas Metro and do a drive around.
And
That's
that was
amazing.
an incredible story from New Jersey. So Riley actually is a wish kiddo in New Jersey, but we grant wishes for all of our chapters across the U.S. as well. So many people want to come to Vegas. And since the time he was 2 years old, he dressed like a police officer every Halloween, but he had paralysis on the left side of his body. And like Tyler works with a lot of our older kids, he wasn't keeping up with his physical therapy. So we said, you want to go to Cadet Academy here and be a Las Vegas Metro police officer? Send us videos. For about 8 months, he sent us videos using the left side of his body. And that's where what Tyler said is absolutely true. Our kids don't just get a wish. It's just not one day in their life. We help them through that entire journey to feel that hope all along the process. And eventually he went through the Cadet Academy, and when they graduated a couple months later, they put his name in the program.
That is such a great point, is with this giant dose of hope and optimism you're giving these kids, you're changing their lives. It's amazing. With these older kids, Tyler, I mean, you've been able to really tap into the desires of getting behind the wheel.
Yeah, so we had one young man had an old Ford Bronco and that we redid, and one had a El Camino, and so just completely took him over to our custom shop and redid it with stereo systems and the whole thing. And these are young people that this is something that they live for, is their vehicle, and to have it redone was just just awesome. There's been so many great wishes. We did one where a young person likes to go off-road out in the trails, but couldn't, so we got him an off-road wheelchair, and so the family could take him out into the desert and out on hiking trails and all that. So just awesome stuff.
And it's a team effort, I know, over at Findlay Auto, having all your specialists and all the guys that are excellent at what they do build these experiences for the kids. So way to go, my friend.
Yeah,
it's
awesome. I've never once called one of our people and said, hey, you want to get involved in a wish? And they're like, yes,
nah,
yep,
I don't
we're
have
good.
time.
They're all about it. Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, if we can ever help in any way, let us know, because it's just a great mission. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Findlay Automotive has been highlighting Make-A-Wish of Southern Nevada. We just love having this group on the show. Join the Walk for Wishes, by the way, in support of Make-A-Wish of Southern Nevada. That event is happening on April 29th at Town Square, Las Vegas. Oh, great location, very central. You can also follow our local chapter of Make-A-Wish on socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Make-A-Wish SNV.